Alright, how's everybody doing this evening? Back again with another video for you guys and gals. And tonight what I have for everyone is my full review of the Dudios Shuttle True Wireless Earbuds. Alright, now I've been using these earbuds for a good amount of time, and I feel like I've gathered all my thoughts and opinions on them. And y'all know how my review process goes. Once I gathered all my thoughts and opinions on something, then it's full review time. So without further ado, let's jump into this full review, and hopefully by the end of this video, you guys and gals know whether or not these true wireless earbuds are for you. So let's get started. Alright, now starting off, the first thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall build quality and design of the earbuds themselves. Now, in terms of the overall build quality and design, I have to say Dudios has done a great job here. Now, in terms of the overall build quality, the earbuds themselves are built primarily out of a light, durable, hard plastic, which means that they're really good and they're very comfortable in the ears and they fit without issue. And as I said, it's very lightweight, so it's very comfortable for extended listening sessions. So the overall build quality on these earbuds is top notch, and the overall design of these earbuds is top notch as well, with one fatal flaw. I don't like the design implementation that they decided to go with the touch sensitive buttons. In my opinion, they should have just went with a multifunction clickable button, but they decided to do touch controls, and to me the touch controls on this are really bad. Alright, so that's the only fault that I found with the design, is their touch control implementation. We're going to get into that a little bit more later on in the video. But other than that, the overall build quality and design of these is really good. Alright, so moving on. Next thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals now is the overall core feature set of the earbuds themselves. Now, these earbuds incorporate a lot of good features, and the overall core feature set is really solid. Core feature number one, and this is a must-have for me, is they incorporate Bluetooth technology in them. In particular, these bad boys incorporate Bluetooth 5.0 technology on board, so it's some of the latest and greatest Bluetooth in here. So really good to see that. Other than that, another core feature is these bad boys also incorporate IPX5 sweat and water resistance. Alright, so that means that these are good for workouts, or if you get caught in the occasional shower, they should be alright. Okay, so that's really good as well. They also have a really good built-in microphone in either earbud. Alright, we're going to touch more on the microphone quality a little bit later on in the video, but they do have a built-in microphone, and spoiler, the microphone on these is really good. Okay, and then other than that, they really do have an easy, you can call it pretty much two-step pairing process, but that too has its own flaw. We're going to touch on that a little bit later on in the video. But other than that, that goes over the core features of these earbuds, and I have to say the core feature set on these is really good. Alright, if it wasn't for that fatal flaw, it almost would have got top notch in my opinion, but because of it, I'm gonna say it's really good. Alright, so moving on, the next thing I want to talk about now with you guys and gals is the overall sound quality, volume, and the bass of these earbuds right here. Now, this is an area where I feel Dudios has done a great job. In terms of the overall sound quality, these earbuds are really good. They're very crisp, clear, and loud, with no distortion or little to no distortion on the top or the bottom ends of the sound spectrum. So really good stuff in terms of sound quality. The same aspects could be said in terms of the volume. Again, they get really loud and stay very crisp and clear throughout with minimal distortion. So the volume on these is good as well. And the bass, oh my goodness, the bass on these is next level. Very crisp, very loud, very punchy. You can definitely feel it. If you're in the market for some bass heavy earphones or true wireless earbuds, this is definitely something you need to look at. So the overall sound quality, volume, and the bass on these is top notch. Okay, so really good stuff there, Dudios. All right, Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about with you guys and gals is the overall microphone performance on these earbuds. And like I said before in the core feature section, this is an area where Dudios has done a great job. Whether I was taking phone calls, dictating emails or text messages, or interacting with my device via the voice commands, the microphone on these worked out really good. So in terms of the microphone performance, these earbuds get top-notch marks in my opinion. All right, so good stuff there. Okay, now I want to briefly go over the steps to pair on these and the touch controls. All right, and the steps to pair themselves is really easy, but the touch controls is where I feel these earbuds really fall flat. But we're going to get into that as we go through. So starting off, let's do these steps to pair first. Now there's two ways that you can pair these earbuds, and when pairing, the only earbud you need to be concerned with is the right earbud, because that is considered the master earbud. Okay, these earbuds are set up in the master slave configuration, where the right earbud is the master and the left earbud is the slave. So when we're doing anything, we don't have to be concerned with the left earbud at all. The one thing we need to be concerned about is the right earbud. Okay, now as I said, there's two ways that you can pair these up. One is you can just touch and hold the touch sensitive button for a little bit. It will power on, you'll get a nice audible prompt, and then it will go into pairing mode. And then at which point you'll see a nice red and white LED here indicating that the earphones are in pairing mode. All right, and you can use the right earbud independently from the left. Okay, only when you want to use stereo mode do you have to break out the left earbud. All right, and I'm going to show y'all how you do that. So that's one of the ways that you can pair these up. You can do it independently on earbuds, or you can use the charging case. Now the way I'm going to go over it, we're going to use the charging case. So the first thing you need to do is put the earbuds in the case. So we're going to open up the case here, and we're going to drop them in. Alright, and I have to say, I really do like this case. It's very portable, it's very compact, it's very easy to use. Downsides of the case, it's a little bit difficult, my bad, I almost said easy. It's a little bit difficult to get the earbuds in and out of the case. So that's the only downside to the case. And there is no digital percentage readout. You just have your LEDs, which you only see with the earbuds in. But a really nice touch on the case is that you do have the lit up LEDs that indicate when it's charging. Now, when it's red, that means the earbuds are charging. And when they're turned off, that means the earbuds are fully charged. All right? So good stuff there. So as we go through the pairing process, to set this up, you got to put the earbuds in the case, close the case, let that go for a little bit. You want to let it go till the LEDs turn off. So we're going to let that go for a couple seconds here, and the LEDs are off. Now you want to take whatever Bluetooth compatible device you're trying to connect up to the earbuds. Now these steps are universal, so they'll work across iOS, Android, and Windows. And you want to take your Bluetooth compatible device. We're going to do this together. We're going to use Android here this evening. Okay. And the first thing you want to do is turn on your device. Then you want to swipe down in the notification shade here. Tap once on the Bluetooth icon to turn it on. So you can see it's turned on now. Then you want to tap and hold to take you into the Bluetooth settings. All right. Now, the next thing you want to do on your newer Android device, you want to go to this option right here where it says pair a new device. All right, so we're going to tap on that. And now your device is ready. Okay, so put your device down. Then back on the case, you open the case. Right? You take out the main earbud, which in our case is the right. Alright, it powers on, and y'all can see it automatically goes into pairing mode. You can see the red and white flashing LED right there, which indicates that it's in pairing mode. Now, back on your device here, you want to look for the Dudios Shuffle to pop up. So that right there, Dudios Shuffle, right there. You want to tap on that one, and it will go into pairing mode. All right, so we tap this here. Alright, give it a few seconds. It goes into pair mode. And once it's paired up, you'll get a nice battery percentage indicator. And you can see that it's active. So it's ready to be used. And also, if you swipe down on your notification shade, you will get the battery percentage right there in your notification shade. So you'll always know how much battery is left on your Bluetooth earbuds, at least on the newer Android devices. All right. On the older Android devices, when you come into the Bluetooth settings, up here on the right, if the scanning times out, up here on the right, you're going to see a little 3-dot hamburger menu. You tap on that, you go rescan, and then rescans, and you find the model number, the Dudios Shuttle, and you tap on it, and you complete those steps that we already did, and then you're good to go. So now you can use the earbuds in one earbud at a time. Just remember, if you want to use these earbuds one earbud at a time, it only works with the right earbud because that is the master earbud. Okay? Now, if you want to use these earbuds in stereo mode, all you have to do is take out the left earbud. You'll get an audible tone, and it will let you know that they paired up. So you take out the left earbud. All right, flash is white. Flash is white for 1 second, and then it pairs up. You got that audible tone. So now these are connected, and they're in stereo mode. All right, and you're good to go. So that pretty much covers the overall pairing process with the Dudios Shuttle earbuds. All right. And honestly, another negative, in my opinion, is the master and slave configuration of the earbuds. Now, we're going to touch on that a little bit more when I go over the overall charge times and the overall battery life. Okay. But that's another big negative of these earbuds, in my opinion. All right. Okay. Now let's take a second to go over all of the touch controls. And this is a little bit complicated. And in my opinion, this is another negative of these earbuds. To me, they should have just incorporated a multifunction clickable button, because these touch controls, in my opinion, are very finicky and very sensitive, and they don't work for certain features. All right, but we're going to attempt to go over them nevertheless. Now we're going to start off with our music controls here. Let me put the case down. Okay, so for the music controls to work, you do actually have to have music active. All right, so let's go to YouTube Music here, and let's pull that up. All right, so pull that up, and then I'm going to go to my device, and we're going to find the copyright-free section on my device. All right, so let that load up. It's already set to device files, and these are all copyright-free music here. All right, so swipe that down, not that one. Let's go to this one. So now it's playing, and it's good. All right, so we're gonna let that play. Now the music is active, and these should work, and you can hear it. All right, now let's put these earbuds in, and we'll go over the controls. So let me just put this in real quick, and put this in real quick. All right, and now let's go over the touch controls. Okay, so for play pause, you're gonna use the right earbud, and all you have to do is double tap the right earbud 2 times for play pause. So find the touch area and double tap. Okay, just like that. Double tap once, it pauses it. Double tap again, it plays it. Okay, let's pause it real quick. Okay, so that one is not too bad. Now, if you want to go to your next track, all you have to do is press and hold the right earbud touch sensitive area for 1.5 seconds. So let's do that now. Touching and holding. And you can see it goes to the next track. And let's pause it again. Alright, so that's not bad. So next track, previous track, play and pause, not bad, okay? Now, if you want to go to the previous track, you just touch and hold the left earbud for 1.5 seconds. The first time you do it, it will restart the track. The second time you do it, it will go to the previous track. So let's do that now. So touching and holding. And we go to the previous track. because it was already paused. Alright, so that's not bad. Let's pause it again. Tap, tap. Pause it again. Alright, so not an issue. Now, the main issue that I'm having is when you try to bring up your voice assistant. Now, for your voice assistant, you're supposed to double tap the left earbud 2 times. Now, sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. And I found that when I'm using these and I'm using them in stereo mode, because that's one of the ways that I have to try and evenly drain out the battery, when I have one in my pocket and I'm using the other one independently, because that's how I have to do it because of the master and slave configuration, it does trigger these options in my pocket randomly. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like the touch controls here. That could have been alleviated if they used a multifunction pressable button. Alright, but let's try these voice commands nonetheless using the controls on the earbud. So you're supposed to be able to double tap the left earbud 2 times to bring up your voice assistant. Let's do this now. So nothing. 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 There we go, and it works. So y'all saw how many times I had to do that for it to work? And then it works. So I had to literally do it 3 times. And then the voice assistant comes up. Now, on other devices, it may or may not work at all, okay? And I've tested it across all of my devices. So let's just do it one more time. Again, double tap on the left touch sensitive area. Let's see if it works. Nothing. Nothing. There we go. So it's a little bit finicky, but you can get it to work. But as I said, on other devices, it may or may not work. Okay, it may or may not work. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like the touch controls, and it's a major negative in my opinion. Y'all saw in real time just how many times I had to do it in order to get it to work. Okay, and on some of my other devices, it didn't work at all. All right, so that's that. All right, now some other controls that you want to be mindful of. To accept a call, you double tap on the right earbud to accept the call if you have an incoming call coming in and the earbuds are connected up to your earphones. Oh man, now that one's a little tough to remember in my opinion, and it's hit and miss again. Okay, to hang up a call, you double tap the right earbud again. All right, now to reject the call when it's coming in and you don't want to answer it, you press and hold the right earbud touch sensitive area for 2 seconds to reject the call. Alright? Again, I understand how they laid it out, but to me, in practical usage, it's not good. Alright? So this is why I don't like the touch controls of the Dudios Shuttle truly wireless earbuds. But anyways, we went over everything you need to know nonetheless. Alright? So that pretty much covers that. Alright? So now we went over the pairing steps and we went over the touch controls. And now let's keep it moving. Alright? So now the next thing I want to cover with you guys and gals is now I want to talk about the overall Bluetooth range and the overall Bluetooth strength. Okay? So, in terms of the overall Bluetooth range, these bad boys have a range of approximately 10 meters or 33 feet. And actually, I could take the device out of here because we don't really need that now. And let me take the earbuds out of my ears. Wow, I was talking loud. Sorry, y'all. Let's put this back in the frame for y'all. And let's continue the video. So, talking about the overall Bluetooth range and the Bluetooth strength, as I said, in terms of the Bluetooth range, these bad boys are supposed to have a range of 10 meters or 33 feet. And I found that for the most part, the range on these are pretty bad. Alright, now they do say you can improve the range if you obscure the different obstacles. So in an obstacle-free environment, the range should be a lot better. But in my testing, it was pretty bad, y'all. So that's another negative in my opinion. The range on these is not good. Now I had to keep it in very close proximity to get some really good range and overall Bluetooth performance, but the overall Bluetooth range and strength on these earbuds is not good in my opinion. So that's another negative there. Okay? Now, moving on, the next thing I want to talk about with y'all is the overall durability. Okay? Now, in terms of durability, I have to say these are pretty good. Now, I've dropped them several times out of the case, about 1 to 3 times, and in the case I've dropped them about once, and everything still looks and functions as if brand new. As y'all can see here, no dings, no dents, no scratches. So overall durability on these is top notch. It's really good. Now you still want to be careful because all it does take is one good drop and these may potentially break. But if you're a clumsy individual like myself, you should be okay for 1 or 2, maybe 3 accidental drops. But still, you want to be very careful. So the overall durability on these is top notch in my opinion. Okay, so now let's move on and let's talk about a very important aspect of these earphones. And let's talk about the overall charge times and the overall battery life. And this is a major area, and this is another area where I feel these earbuds or headphones or earphones fell short. You can use all those terms interchangeably in my opinion. Alright, so let's cover the manufacturer estimates and let's go over my results, and then I'm going to tell y'all how these fell flat. So, the manufacturer quotes in the user manual and online that in terms of the battery life, let's start there, these bad boys give you about 4 to 5 hours on a single charge, alright? And you should be able to charge them with the included case about, 5 to 6 times, okay? Okay. So, to put that into perspective for y'all, including the charging case, that means on a minimum, you should be able to get 20 hours. 4 times 5, 20 hours. Alright? At maximum, you should be able to get 4 times 6, 24 hours. Okay? Keep in mind that is a rough estimate and it does depend on what you're doing with the earbuds connected to your device and the overall volume that you keep the earbuds at. Now, in my particular testing, I tested the earbuds at 50% volume and 75% volume. At those volumes, I was able to get anywhere from about 4 to 6 hours of battery life on these. Okay, so this is another area where I feel the battery life falls a little flat. Okay, so for continuous usage, 4 to 6 hours is right inside the manufacturer's estimates, so it does do what the manufacturer claims. But as I said in my other videos, nowadays with Bluetooth accessories or devices in general, we really need to be holding them to higher standards in terms of the battery life, and to me, it should be getting about 10 hours plus, which these clearly don't do on continuous usage. So although they do hold up to the manufacturer's claims, it's really not where I need it to be or I want it to be. So I'm going to have to call this another negative. Alright. Now to put that into perspective for y'all, for me on the low end, okay, so about 4 hours, okay, I was getting 20 hours of usage with the case. On the high end, okay, so what's that? 4 to 6, so 6, that's about 36 hours of usage. So on average, you can say that averages out to about 20 hours, anywhere between 20 to 30 hours, give or take a few hours here and there. So the battery life on these, including the case, is really good, but it's all about continuous usage. And now let me explain where these fall flat. And that is the master-slave configuration. We're going to come back to that again. Now, because Dudios decided to go with the master-slave configuration, that pretty much means the left earbud, unless you're using it in stereo, is pretty much useless. Alright? And that's a big letdown for me, because one of the key factors with truly wireless earbuds is the convenience factor. So you want to be able to swap out the earbuds because it increases the overall battery life, okay? So you want to be able to use them independently of each other to get longer battery life. And the fact that you can't do that with the left earbud, it does two things. Eventually, this earbud is going to be overcharged, so it will die faster, okay? And again, you can't use it independently of the right earbud. And I've tried, and I've reached out to Dudios. That's just something that these earbuds can't do. So for the next iteration of these Dudios, you need to implement a independent usage for either earbud, okay? You can still have the stereo pair-up effect, okay? But really, and this is all about convenience, they need to be able to be used independently of each other. Not just the right, but the left as well. So they need to be able to have implemented a independent usage setup, okay? Other earphones have done it, and they've done it well, so you guys definitely need to implement that, okay? So that's the major negative of these earphones, the master-slave configuration, and because of that, it hurts the overall charge times as well, and it hurts the overall usage, because once the right earbud dies, you have to charge these no matter what, because it's pretty much the left earbud is useless once the right earbud dies. So that makes the battery life on these even worse, because I can't use them independently of each other. So that's a really big negative in my opinion. So not only is the battery life bad in my opinion, but the way they chose to implement it makes it worse. Alright? Now, moving on, let's talk about the overall charge times here. And this again is kind of bad. Let me explain. Now, when you're charging the earbuds themselves, and we're talking about just the earbuds, not the case, they take about an hour and a half to reach a full charge. That's fine. Works no problem. An hour and a half, if you catch them on the battery low notification, now you'll get about 2 to 4 battery low notifications before the earbuds power off. So if you catch them right at that first battery low, please charge notification, drop them in the case, they'll charge up in about an hour and a half. Okay, so the earbud charge times is pretty good. Now, where these fall flat for me, okay, is the case charge times. Alright, in my opinion, the case and the earbud charge times should be similar, if not the same. Why is it that the case charge times is 2.5 hours to 3 hours if completely dead? Now again, if you catch the case when it has the one LED, the one flashing LED on the front, that means that the battery of the case is low. You catch it right there, you charge it up, it's going to take about 2.5 hours, okay? That's exactly what the manufacturer quotes, so that's cool. But if you let it die completely, then it's going to take upwards of 3 hours to reach a full charge. That's a no-go for me, man. That's a really big no-go. Okay? Not at all. It shouldn't be that. So you definitely need to improve the overall charge times of the case, as well as the overall battery life of the earbuds themselves. And you need to get rid of the master-slave configuration that you got going on here, Dudios. Those are really big negatives in my opinion. Alright? So that pretty much goes over the overall battery life and the overall charge times. Let me sum it up again if it was a little bit confusing. In terms of continuous usage, I was able to get anywhere from about 4 to 6 hours of continuous usage. Alright? In terms of usage with the case, I'm getting 20 to about 30 hours of usage with the included case. So not bad. But where they fall flat is the configuration and the charge times of the case itself. Okay? So that covers the overall battery life and the overall charge times. Now let's go ahead and talk about some positives and negatives of these, and then we're going to wrap this video up and talk about the price and give you guys and gals my overall recommendation or two. So let's start off with the positives. Okay, this is pretty much a summarization. Now, positives. The overall build quality and design of these is top notch, so really good stuff there. It's extremely portable, it's extremely lightweight, and it's extremely easy to use, and it's very comfortable for extended listening sessions. Put a big asterisk on that because it's pretty much limited by the fact that you have to use it in stereo mode, or you have to make sure you keep the case charged up. You can only use the right earbud independently from the left, so that's a big asterisk for extended listening. But the overall portability, comfort, build quality, and design, all top-notch aspects. The overall sound quality, volume, and the bass, especially the bass on these, bass was incredible. I don't even know how they did that with these size earbuds. But the bass on these, sound quality on these, volume on these, all top-notch aspects. And for the price that you're paying for these, I can almost let it slide. Almost. It almost got me to say I'll give it the pass, but not quite. So that pretty much covers all of the positives, and it also has a very solid overall core feature set, because I almost forgot that one. Okay, now moving on, let's talk about the negatives. And these are some really deal-breaking negatives in my opinion, right? The major one being the master-slave configuration for the earbuds themselves. Why you do that, Dudios? No. Okay, as I said before, key aspects of truly wireless earbuds. If you didn't know, I'm gonna run down my key aspects list. And keep in mind, this whole video is in my opinion, as with all of my videos, so you can feel free to disagree down below in the comments, as long as you can do so respectfully. Let's keep it respectful, y'all. Now, key aspects of truly wireless earbuds, or any wireless product in my opinion, is convenience, sound quality, volume, bass, overall battery life, and charge times. Okay, so sound quality, good. Bass, good. Okay. Volume, good. Almost. Charge times, no bueno. Okay. Battery life, no bueno. No good at all. Alright. And it's even more compounded by the fact that you have this master and slave implementation. Alright. So those are some pretty serious negatives in my opinion. And to add insult to injury, it's micro USB. So that means I have to go find an older cable, which is not a big issue for me because I have a bunch of older high quality micro USB cables lying around. But the charging speeds of the case, that's really what killed it for me. So really big deal breaking negatives. Now, if I missed anything, I'll throw up the negatives, the positives and the negatives on the screen in post, so y'all know exactly all the positives and negatives of these truly wireless earbuds. But for me, and I'm sorry to keep harping on this, but it really left a lasting impression. The deal-breaking negatives, in my opinion, alright, keep in mind this is just in my opinion, is the overall battery life, the overall charge times, and the master-slave configuration that they chose to go with for the earbuds. That takes away from the overall convenience and usage factors of the earbuds, okay? And it's gonna literally degrade one of the earbuds before it degrades the other because of how they chose to implement that. And even if you do try to use these in stereo mode and use them one at a time, because of the touch sensitivity of the touch controls, it's really bad. So that's the last negative. That was like the icing on the cake. That was like, no, can't do it. And the touch controls. Why, Dudios? Really, really bad touch controls. No. You were much better off just going with a multifunction button on either earbud. You would have had a much better time. Okay, so that summarizes the positives and the negatives of these earbuds. Now let's get into the final part of this video. Let's talk about the price and get into my overall recommendation. Alright, so I actually picked these up from Amazon, and a big shout out to Joan from Sharp Tech yet again, because if I didn't watch her video, I would have never known that these earbuds exist. So I'll leave her channel linked up down below in the video description. Go ahead and check out her coverage on these as well. She did a really good video on these, really top-notch stuff. So check that out. And then come back over here and check these videos out and check out my coverage on these earphones. This way you get the full comprehensive look at the Dudios Shuttle truly wireless earbuds, okay? Check out my content, check out her content. I really recommend you do that before you make your decision, alright? But that being said, the price on these from Amazon was about 30 to 40 bucks. And at that price, I almost want to recommend them because, again, really good sound quality, really good volume, really good bass, really good independent charge times with the earbuds themselves. But I can't. And it all comes down to the negatives that I pointed out throughout this video. So can I recommend that you guys and gals pick these up? At least for me, it's going to have to be a no. Now, keep in mind, this is just in my opinion. If y'all still want to check these out and experience them for yourself, I'll leave all the links to where y'all can purchase these at some really great prices down below in the video description. So as always, if your interest is piqued, down below in the video description will be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. Alright, this pretty much concludes my full review of the Dudios Shuttle truly wireless earbuds. Once again, if I was unclear, this is a no-go from me. Alright, now this concludes the review. Now a little bit of closeout. If you guys and gals enjoyed this review and or you found it helpful in any way, shape, form, or fashion, please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more content like this, also feel free to hit the subscribe button down below and click off the notification bell icon right next to it so you guys and gals get notified when I publish new videos. Okay? As I said before, if you want to see any more extended coverage on these earphones or earbuds, all my coverage, including Joan from Sharp Tech's coverage, will be linked up down below in the video description. So as I said, down below in the video description will truly be like a one-stop shop for you guys and gals, and you should be good to go. So you'll be able to find where you can pick up the earbuds at some really great prices, and you'll be able to find all of the coverage on the earbuds, alright? Truly one-stop shopping in my opinion. And if you use the links down below to make your purchase, those are affiliate links, so I do get a small percentage of kickback that I do put back into the channel. But as I said before, when I became an Amazon affiliate, and I hold to this, any and all links that y'all click on, you'll be able to find the absolute cheapest price. Because I'm all about trying to find you guys and gals the absolute best performing devices and products at the absolute cheapest prices. So for me, it's not about the money, it's about finding y'all the absolute best deal. So if you use my affiliate links, you're always guaranteed to find the absolute lowest prices, and they do change daily, so feel free to check back and try and catch them at the absolute lowest price. Alright, I just wanted to point that out because some YouTubers, I'm not going to throw any names out there, they include links, but they go with the most expensive links, or they don't include any product links at all. So it's like, why even look in the video description if I can't get to what I really needed to know? Like, you already sold me on the product, why not just throw the buy links down there so I can go ahead and buy it? So I really don't like that. That's really one of the reasons why I streamlined my video descriptions to make it super easy for you guys and gals to get to the products that you want to pick up. Alright? And in my opinion, all video descriptions need to be streamlined for easy access and easy and clear to understand usage. but not all YouTubers or content creators are created the same. So I digress. But anyways, that pretty much does it for this video here this evening. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling on. This whole video was recorded using the rear-facing 12 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Active in 720p resolution at 30 frames per second. All the audio for this video was recorded using the Boya BY-MM01 shotgun style microphone. So please let me know what you think of the overall video quality as well as the overall audio quality down below in the comments. As always, your feedback is greatly appreciated. Alright, so I really do appreciate that. Okay, that being said, I hope everyone has a great evening, and I will catch you guys and gals in my next video. Peace, everyone. We out of here.